In this video, we're going to be looking at hyperlinks. If there's anything that separates or distinguishes the World Wide Web from previous media, it's the idea of hyperlinks. So we're going to take a quick look at the various types of hyperlinks that are available to you. If you're used to doing HTML and previous versions of HTML, this will be a review. For those of you who have not worked in HTML, you should listen closely because this is really the core of what the web is all about. I have a new document here. It's called links.html. It is in the root directory. Here's our index. Then I have the links.html, and I'm going to create a few links and we'll try them out on the browser. So the first one is just a standard link, and it uses what is known as an anchor tag, and the anchor tag is really this. If you have a link, you actually have to add an attribute to this, and for the sake of linking to a page which is on the same site at the same level, you use hypertext reference equals, and you put the location or the name of the page there. And then we'll create the text that will be visible for the link. So this will be my first link. And then I'll close the anchor tag. So if we want to link back to index.html, we just put index.html here, and we'll save it. And then we'll view it. So here's my first link, and if you look down at the bottom, down here, you can see when I mouse over the URL, the entire link itself shows up. And if you look at the rightmost part, it's looking for index.html, but it gives the entire path from the very top of the hard drive into the various folders and subfolders, and eventually it will get to index.html. So let's open the window up a little bit, click on it, and this is our first page. And let's just confirm that this is it. Yes, it is. This is it right here. The URL is interesting. It's not what you would normally expect with the web, and that's because we are working with our files locally. Now, this is a file URL. Once we get to working with things on servers, it will look, if you've noticed it before, it will say HTTP in this space here. Okay, so that's a very, very simple hyperlink. Let's try another one. Let's try a link to a subdirectory. So I'll do my A, hypertext reference, and in this case, we're going to go from links.html into a subdirectory called pages, and there we will find a page called h.html. And this is how you would program that. So you first put in the name of the subdirectory, pages, and then put a slash h.html. We'll save it and try it out. Now I should have actually put these, separated these in their own paragraph tags, but at this point it doesn't matter. So this is taking me, this is our original link. It takes us to index.html at the same level, and then this is hoping to link to a page in a subdirectory. Let's give it a try. Here we are. This is our page h.html. Now let's say we want to create a link which takes us back to where we came from. Let's try that. So we'll open in Text Wrangler. Here it is here. And at the bottom here, I'm going to put in our anchor, href equals, and we'll say go back. And for this, I need to put in a character, actually 3 characters, a // The // says go up 1 level. So I want to, from pages, the pages directory, I want to go // and connect again to links.html. Save. And open it. Here's our new link. And hopefully, here we are. Yes, we've gone back. So now we can go back and forth. This is known as a bidirectional link. Okay, that's easy. We're dealing with links in the same directory or on the same server, basically. Let's say we want to link to a page of a completely different site. So let's try that here. Go back to our links. Let's put each of these links in their own paragraph tag. We'll put another paragraph tag in here. And this time we're going to set up an anchor with a hypertext reference to equal an external web page. To do that, it's quite simple. You put in the URL, in this case. This is one of my sites. And always remember to end the anchor tag. Okay, let's see how this works. Oops. Okay, what's happened? Let's go back and take a look. Now, all of these hypertext references have been relating to pages that were on my own machine. In this case, though, this is a served page. This is a page which is on a remote server. So we have to put in something a little bit extra. HTTP:// // Let's see how this works. Look down here, you can see generaleccentric.net. There it is. That's where we want to be. Now there's one other kind of link which is important for you to know about, and this is the one area which is just tweaked a little bit in HTML5. So if you've been watching this and you've been falling asleep because this is all old news to you, here's something that is actually a little bit different in HTML5. I'm going to go to this page, h.html, and you can see that we've got an H1 and then an H2 and another H2. And let's just say this goes a lot longer. So this is a very, very long, drawn-out piece of body copy. And we'll save it and we'll take a look at it. So in this case, the text goes, as the newspaper people say, below the fold. You have to actually scroll to see the rest. And you might not be aware that there's another article called "It's a Dog's Life" underneath the bottom of the browser window, depending on how big you've set your browser to. In this case, we can see the whole thing, but not all browsers are going to have large windows. So can we create a link, say at the top, which automatically sends us down to this article? Let's see. Up here, the very, very first line, I'm going to create a hypertext anchor. And for now, I'm just going to place it as kind of an empty shell, and we'll fill things in a couple of minutes. So I'm going to call this, what's the article called? "It's a Dog's Life." And then we'll close the anchor. And then down here, I'm going to add within the H2 tag, I'm going to put in what's called an ID. And this is going to identify this line of text. So, for example, I'm going to call this dog. So this is an identifier which is related to this line. And then up at the top in my hypertext reference, I'm going to put in the pound symbol and the word dog. So pound dog. And what this will do is it says, okay, this is on the same page. Find the identifier dog and take me there. Let's save this and view it. Okay, here's my link. Now the identifier you can't see. It's invisible. It's embedded as an attribute within the H2 tag. So it's here, but it's not visible. Let's try clicking this, and this should automatically scroll us down. And it has done that. you don't believe me, try it again. There we go. So this is a way to link to elements on the same page, allows you to click a link, and it will automatically scroll the browser to that spot. We make it really thin, and try it again. There we go. So that's a little bit about hyperlinks.